Hebrews 6 provides insight into the nature of our salvation through Christ. The Davidic covenant and the Abrahamic covenant are combined into one everlasting covenant between the Father and the Son, highlighting Christ's unique role as both king and priest in fulfilling God's promises to his people. The Davidic covenant is central to the argument in Hebrews 6. Our great salvation, which makes us partakers of the heavenly calling, is based on the Davidic covenant and its vows to the seed of David. This places Christ in heaven as our position and access to the holiest. The Abrahamic covenant is also mentioned as God's promise to Abraham, which he swore by himself since there was no greater oath. The combination of these covenants shows how Christ is the heir of all promises and the high priest to minister, not just now, but forever. The metaphor of an anchor is used to describe the hope that believers have in Christ. This hope is made up of two immutable things, the promise and the oath. The promise refers to God's promise to Abraham, which he swore by himself since there was no greater oath. The oath refers to God's confirmation of this promise through his covenant with David. This hope is like an anchor of our souls, sure and steadfast, that brings us into the presence of God. It is based on Christ's role as our high priest who ministers to us not just now but forever. Therefore, the anchor made up of the promise and vow relates directly to our inheritance as believers in Christ. And Christ's role in ministering to us through his death and resurrection, we have access to his inheritance through his ongoing ministry as our high priest. We are able to lay hold of it with confidence. In conclusion, Hebrews 6 offers a powerful vision of the nature of our salvation through Christ. The combination of the Davidic and Abrahamic covenants into one everlasting covenant highlights Christ's unique role as both king and priest in fulfilling God's promises to his people, the anchor of our promise made up of the promise and vow. It is a sure and steadfast foundation that brings us into the presence of God through his ongoing ministry as our high priest. Christ enables us to lay hold of our inheritance with confidence.